So, okay, so you just have to make sure you're recognizing that because that's so super important. So, we have been talking about, how to keep ourselves aligned all these weeks and in all of these classes. And that's something you want to revisit. If that's something that you have, identify where it is that you are needing extra work in staying in your space. Identify what knocks you off. Sorry, I'm writing this down. Identify what knocks you off. Identify what brings in worry. Identify everything, okay? And then, once you identify what these things are, and if there's like fears you have, like, oh my gosh, whatever, what if I'm not going to be able to do something, whatever. Start just facing those fears. Like, look at them straight in the eye for what they are and say, okay, what's the worst thing that could happen? And then once you get that answer, what's the worst thing that could happen from there? And what's the worst thing that could happen from there? And what's the worst thing that could happen from there? And just keep asking yourself. And that kind of reminds me of like the theta healing process, because we ask a lot of questions like that. And because I've done so many theta healing sessions, I can tell you usually where the bottom of the barrel goes, what people are normally really afraid of when it comes down to it is usually that they're going to be alone, that they're going to not be loved, that they are going to be homeless, or they will die. Usually those are the main four that people end up in the end being afraid of. So let's see, what were they again? That you wouldn't be loved, that you wouldn't, that you'd be homeless, that you'd die, and I forgot the other one. I don't know why I could whip them out and then just forget it. So the point is that none of those things are things that you're really experiencing now. So, if you haven't, if you're not homeless now, you're not going to be homeless later. Like, just start telling yourself that that's not going to happen to me. I'd never let that happen to myself. Whatever it is. Or the number 4 was being alone. Just, talk through all of these fears so they just move out of your way. When you face your fear, instead of running from your fear or buying into your fear, then it doesn't have power over you anymore. Okay, so just face it. Just face whatever those are. And then stay aligned. And we already know different ways of staying aligned, but now that we are in our new God flow alignment, the higher one, how are you identifying that it's different from the other one? So, like for me, I'll give you an example. And I want, if you guys can all type something here, I'd like this to be a little interactive tonight, okay? Because it'll help everybody. And we're going to help everybody tonight too, okay? So it's going to be interactive, so please participate. How is your new flow different from the old flow? Now, we had a pretty good old flow going, okay? God flow, pretty dang good, okay? There's nothing wrong with it, but how does your new God flow, the one that you named last week, how is it different from your last God flow? And I'll give you an example of how mine is different. Mine is different because somehow, some way, I am so way closer to source energy. When I tap into my new flow, which I call my epic God flow, when I see, like, I'll see a level, like, here's the level, and this is, like, say this is, God energy, And my God flow, I'm connecting right there. It's like, I'm like connecting and I'm right there. I see myself right on it. So I'm not even letting it flow down to me. Like I'm seeing myself right on it. Now, did I put myself there? No. That's just where I see myself now. That's where I'm taken. On top of it, so I'm touching source energy in my flow. I'm in it. I'm not, and it's okay if you're feeling it flow on you because it's still touching you. But somehow I just feel really close to it. I feel way closer. And like I'm just like part of it. I'm in it. I'm living in it. And the other thing that's different is 2 seraphim angels have come to me and they hang out in that epic God flow. They stay right there. And when I go there, they put these angel wings on me. And it kind of anchors me in that flow. And it's really like amazing. When I put on those, when I go there and I feel those wings on me, I like anything that I'm thinking that I want in my life, it just seems like it's right there. Like it's no big deal. So, you know, we learned about the seraphim angels last week. Okay, Ramin, go, get out. I didn't even see you come in, but get out and come back because everybody was saying that. And I don't know if that's still happening, but they're not complaining anymore. How is it, everyone? Let me know. But Ramin, leave and come back, please. Go to the corner and come back later. Okay, it's better for Linda. Homer, it's better. Brenda doesn't have any problem. Valita, now you're back. Still happening, but not as bad. Ramin, get out and come back. So as we learned with the other seraphim angels, that I mean, when we talked about seraphim angels, I think that was last 2 weeks ago. They are really the keepers of, you know, the universe. So it's so cool that in my flow that they're hanging out there, because that means I have expanded my energy much bigger, universal, and hanging out there with them is going to draw that energy much stronger within me. So let me ask you, how is your new God flow different from the other one? Okay, I don't know. Guess I'll keep talking, and if you guys want to put in your information, you can. So, so that's one thing. And whenever I, you know, every morning and every night I go in that new flow, and then I just continue to just go there as much as I remember to. If I get worried, if I start going back to old things, I go immediately back into that flow again so it can't reside with me. Because in that new flow, those things do not exist. It's like we're jumping dimensions, that we're jumping, you can even say another lifetime. It's like jumping parallels, and you can't, it's like this, you can't be in the dark and be in the light at the same time. You can't be positive and you can't be negative at the same time. You've got to choose one. So you can choose to be in your new flow, or you can choose not to be. And so that's the big thing is, you know, you always have a choice to which you're going to entertain. And so whenever you're going through any situations in your life, you want to make sure that you're entertaining the one that's going to be the most helpful for you. Okay? So let's talk about this a little deeper. Does anybody have any questions? I mean, I don't know if you guys are just watching my lips move or what, because I am asking you to do things, but nobody's doing them. So it's a little concerning that maybe you're not really hearing me. Okay, thank you, Linda. Okay, so Linda says, I'm practicing and feel more positive and upbeat. That's awesome. And more energy. And Valita says she's feeling is different, can feel a higher vibration, but does feel like I'm not here, but I am here. Information comes quickly. I get messages more frequently. Just happier all around and lighter. That's great. Really great. So I'm glad you're noticing that, and I'm glad that you're, because just having that awareness makes a huge difference. So now we want to take it higher. We want to take it to new levels. So I don't know if you guys saw my newsletter last night, but I would like to bring your attention to, I will bring your attention to it. How about that? Hold on. I'm going to share my screen, hopefully. Let's see if I can. Of course not. Ay. Okay, so Brenda came back. Okay, so they're not going to let me share my screen because they're not being nice. So what I'd like you to do then, if you can you open another window and go to my website, CindyEiler.com. You should be able to click on that link that I just posted and then go to my blog. And now I will do a little switch around here. So you can see behind me. Okay. Go to my website, CindyEiler.com, and then blog. And it's the first one that you'll see as you go down the page. And it says 10 easy steps to get anything you want. So if you guys can let me know when you're there. And actually, I guess you don't really need to go there. I can do it because it's here. What I did was I took a picture of this, but I added some notes onto it. So I'm going to review it because I think only Brenda saw it. I'm not sure. And I will just go through it, but I want to add to it to help you to realize some great manifestations or goals that you want to make. Okay, so the first thing, this is a way, these are 10 easy steps to get anything you want. And I can say that because it's true. So what you want to do is set a bold goal. And it can be a bold money goal. It could be a bold relationship goal, a bold health goal, a bold any goal, travel goal, any goal, okay? But it has to be bold. Whatever you pick, it has to be bold, okay? So, for example, I gave an example on the newsletter on my blog. I wrote up there on this white piece of paper. I came in here and none of these Post-its were here, okay? It was just this piece of paper that I started with. And I said, okay, I'm going to put a bold money goal of $166,666. I don't know why I couldn't say that. And I set bold goals. It doesn't have to be money, but a bold goal, you have to think of what your bold goal is, and then you have to put a date. And I like to do 60-day bold goals. Okay, 60 days. I would shy away from anything under 40 if I were you. Now, definitely, once you get good at this, you can do a week. And you can do it now if you want. But because it takes 40 days to really create a new habit, to really bring it into your system, I think 60 days is really good. So it's up to you, but I say 60. So I wrote on this piece of paper $166,666 by June 6th, 2013. Okay? And put it up there. And that was my bold money goal. Okay? So the reason why you want to make it bold is because, like, if I thought about it, like, yeah, okay, how is it going to be possible to make that kind of money in, 2 months, basically? And the thing is, you want to be at that point, like, what? Like, okay, how is that ever going to be possible? Now, when I say how is that ever going to be possible, I'm not doubting it. I'm not saying that's impossible. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just wondering, how is that going to be possible? Okay? So I put it up there and I put a date. And then your mind starts thinking, okay? Like, okay, I'm just going to give you a process that I went through. I start thinking, okay, if I could make that in 2 months, how could I do it? Okay, now I'm looking at, where do I get money from? Well, normally I get it from my business. Now, somebody might just give me money, and that's cool. That's happened before. And that's cool. I'm open to any channel. So, this is not including the unknown things that I am totally open to receiving. These are just things that I was thinking of, and I could even put, like, somebody will give me, $200,000 or whatever. I could think that way too. But what I started doing was, my process was thinking about the service offerings that I have on my website, basically. And I started thinking, wow, I mean, I'd have to sell an extremely a lot to make that goal in 2 months. So the first thing that was a realization for me was, I need some higher ticket items on my website if I'm going to make that kind of money. And that's okay. I mean, don't judge any of these things that I'm saying, because it's my process of expanding. What I'm doing here is expanding my consciousness around how money comes to me, okay? And to make that kind of money every 2 months, like to make whatever $80-some-odd thousand every month, you've got to, besides the point that somebody could give it to you, you've got to be able to have ways for it to come in. You have to find the avenues that will open up those pathways to allow it to happen. Okay, so me just even thinking about it is opening up pathways that I've never opened before, because I have never thought about making that kind of money or bringing or allowing. I don't want to say make it, because it can come in any way. In me allowing that kind of money to come to me in that amount of time. So I have never even considered this before. So this is already, very expansive to my experience. So then I was like, well, if I sold 40 trips to Egypt, that would be, pretty close. But is that going to happen? I don't know. And every time I wouldn't say that. Well, that ain't going to happen. I don't go there. To me, this is a fun. You got to keep it fun. This is like a game. It's a game. It's like stretching your mind. It's opening you up. It's an amazing, amazing exercise. Okay. So in no way is this ever meant to be taken to make you frustrated, to make you doubtful, to make you fearful, to make you think you can't do it, to upset you. No, that is not even, those are not part of this game. This game is all about opening up to possibilities. Like, how could it come? How could it come? So I racked my brains. I'm still racking my brains. For the first 3 days, I was really okay, well, what if I sold, my $10,000 package? And even if I sold that, how many weekends do I have? I have 8 weekends, say, at 10,000. That's only 80,000. I still have another 80,000 to make. Okay, I'd need to, I'd have to do more Egypt trips, or how about if I was thinking about my highest price things and how I could do it, because the lower price things, that would just be forever. So on one hand, I'm expanding my consciousness just in allowing this sort of thing to happen. But the other thing is I'm expanding my business too, because I realize that, and I've taken some marketing classes, and they say you've got to have some high dollar offerings. You've got to have avenues for people to pay you. If, you only have, your highest offering is 500, then that's all you're allowing people to pay you. So if you, have higher offerings, you're giving people an avenue to pay you higher amounts. So, just on a business aspect, that's a really important thing to know. So my mind was turning and turning and turning. So then I started, I had all my mind, it felt like a jigsaw, these Post-its. That was what was in my head. I felt like my mind is on crack, in the worst sort of way. So, so then I started thinking, okay, my head, I'm going nuts. Feel like I'm on crack. This is crazy. My head, I couldn't sleep. When I was sleeping, ideas were going on in my head. It opened up all of the, this huge part of my consciousness that was not open before. And then I was asking God, and I was asking, the angels, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to get to that amount. I don't know what to do. So all I knew was I needed to empty my head, because there was so many things, just what if I did this? And what if that happened? And what about this? And what, if I'm making that kind of money, where would I live? And what could I do? And how would I adjust my business? So it opens up all these other areas that go along with it, right? So can you see how this starts expanding your experience? So I was going nuts. So one day I went into the office supply store, and I bought this stack of Post-its. I went right out. I said, I need a stack of colored Post-its. And I brought these babies home, and I started posting them on this wall. And each of these green, they're a main topic. Stuff, I was like, you know what? I need to get my product done. I'm working on my a product that I'm going to be selling. I said, because that is really going to help, ongoing, money. I need to get my products going, period. I need products. And I've been putting it off for like 15 years. I guess it's time. So the first thing is my 40-day to breakthrough product that I'm creating. And then this one, it says like research, stuff that I want to look into, that I need to research. But, you know, I got to do that. I got to do that. And then I forget. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because I have, if you saw my desk area, I have a ton of these papers with a ton of this writing. And they're just like stacked there. And I write the stuff. And then I don't even remember it's there. Like, I totally, like, I just have these, and I put it in binders, and great, it's organized, but do I visit it again? No. So I was like, these are, like, important things that I want to start getting in order now because I'm working on my bold money goal. Okay, so these are things that I can start doing. So research, my blog, I want to do a telesummit with some high-end people with some huge mailing lists. I added these two today, and one of them is this, what I'm teaching you, but making it into a book and a game. And I'm working on an Angel Oracle deck, so that's that. And then these other Post-its, they're color-coded by one of the colors is, okay, I'm looking because I'm like, wait a minute, which one is the one I was supposed to be doing already? And it's this like pink. And so these are the things that I want to do first. Those are the things I want to do first. And then the blue are kind of like notes that I want to remember. And the dark blue are things that are going to go into it that I don't want to forget. And so that's kind of, you know, I'm like color coding. So basically what I'm doing is getting everything out of here and getting it there. And it's like, that's my work area. Now, the one thing that I would love to put there as well, that would make it even better, is my calendar. Because if I had a nice big calendar, a big one, to put up there, I could start like, on this day, I'm going to do my blog post. On this day, and this is what that blog post is going to be about. And on this day, I'm going to make sure I research. And on that day, I'm going to prepare for that. That is like getting it, putting it on. Because right now, I mean, you see my schedule. It's pretty busy. But these are just clients. These are my client appointments. This is nothing of that. This is just my clients and my class. Okay? This is not even personal. It's just my client appointments. So I need another calendar that says I'm going to do this on this day and I'm going to do this on this day. And because this looks great and it's a great concept, but I haven't done it. And this has been up here for, I think, a week. And so, and then I keep adding. But I need to start moving. So when I asked, even this, I'm like, still, I mean, that's a lot of stuff. I don't see how this is going to make my bold money goal by that date. And so I asked God and the angels, I don't know what to do to best serve my time to make my bold money goal. And the answer that they gave me, and you should write this down, is start anywhere. Just start with something. Just start anywhere. Because when you start somewhere, we can start making it move, start moving things. Now, that's like a pretty common answer that they've given. I'm sure I've said that to you before, and because they've said it to me before, where they'll say, when we say, I don't know how I'm going to move into that new house, or I don't know how I can take that trip to wherever, or I don't know how I can make that kind of money, or I don't know how I can bring in more business. Just start somewhere. Just start taking some steps, little steps. It doesn't matter. Big steps, little steps. It doesn't matter. Just start somewhere. Because when you do that, it expands you to open up to what you need to be doing. And what you're doing is you're taking action steps to make it happen. If you're not, see, that's the big thing. You can set the goal, but you got to take some action too, okay? It doesn't mean you have to know the way. It doesn't even know, I mean, look at me. I have no clue how that's coming in. But within a week and a half, I made like between 15,000 and 20,000. Okay, somebody bought my second to highest healing / coaching package, which was $6,000. Okay, it's like, I don't know. It just started happening, and I have a long way to go. You know, even 20,000 off $166,000 is like, okay, that's like $5 off of, you know, $10,000. It's still like, whoa. But the point is, I don't think that I would have manifested that 15 to 20,000 in a week and a half had I not even started this process. This process opened and expanded me to possibility and avenue and open my energy to allowing the space to open up, to allow it in. You know how they say you've got to open the space to let things in? You've got to open the space to let things in. So the thing is that you've got to play with your mind. You got to play with your mind and think of all the different ways that could be possible, even if they still seem impossible to be enough for what you want to go for. It doesn't matter what you're doing by the mere act of considering things that you would have never considered before. You know, you're changing your paradigm. You're creating in a much higher level of vibration. You are going, and when you're playing around in that realm of higher vibration, you're going to meet those other things in that higher vibration. You're going to start matching and attracting at a higher level. So even if you don't know how it's going to work, just think as big as you can. And even if it sounds crazy, it doesn't matter. The crazier, the better. The bigger you think, the better. The more out there you could consider, the better. And just stick it up here. It doesn't mean you have to really do it. I mean, just because I'm doing that doesn't mean I'm tied to it. But you need to keep emptying your head. You can't keep all this in your head. You'll go nuts. And if you keep it in your head, you're taking up too much space. Okay, the trick is to brainstorm it, but brainstorm it onto the wall. And I suggest doing it on a wall instead of on a paper. Something that's visual. And I can come here and I can come move things around. Okay? Or I can come and stick other colors. But I do think that a wall calendar is going to be something that's totally beneficial. It keeps you on track. It keeps you moving. It keeps you continuing the process. So that's what you want to do, to stay in alignment with this, which I believe is really a big part of what you would like in your new God flow. You have to, stay in that flow as much as possible, and this will do that. That'll keep you there, and that'll keep you action-oriented. Now, another thing is, I really like this. Somebody gave this away as a free gift, as signing up for their website. But, and I'll give you the link, because I actually have it up. It's called It's Time to Make Magic, but it's just a kind of cool thing that, I mean, if you need this to give you extra incentive, you can print it off. But what it is it's like a to-do, and you do this every day. It has a date on it, and so this is something you can start your day off with. So it gets you in that mode of action. Okay, you print it off and you do one every day. To do the most important things that you need to do today. And then this one says to do, but can probably wait. And then this is making me happy. I'm grateful for. So you write your gratitude, which is really important every day to do your gratitude statements. And then word for the day, I feel and I want to feel. So sometimes you might feel crap, and it's okay. Put crap, but I want to feel good. Okay? I feel like shit, but I want to feel like whatever. And then this one is affirmations and random thoughts. Now, the good thing about this is that if you do this every day, you are making space in your life to remember to do your gratitude. You're doing your to-do list and what could really wait. Instead of putting so much pressure on yourself, like, gosh, I have a million things to do. How am I going to do all this? Okay, just getting like, you know what, today I'm going to do this. How you feel and how you want to feel, that's going to be really helpful, especially on those days that you're feeling like unmotivated and like starting to not feel happy about everything, because we all go through it. And affirmations and random thoughts. This is a really helpful tool. And you know what? You can keep them in a binder. Every day file it in the binder and it'll give you, I mean, you can go back and look at these and go, wow, okay. So I recommend this. This is really good. This will help you stay on track and you can express how you feel. Now, there's going to be times when it's easy to be excited about this. Like, yes, I got to get up. I got work to do. Like, you know, there's many days that I'm like, I got to get cracking. I got work to do. There's things I got to look up. Wow, I'm excited to do that research for this blog. And I'm really excited to, you know, make sure I, you know, talk to this person, or I want to make a connection there, or I want to see how my website's going, whatever. And then there's other days that I'm like, you know what? I'm just sick of this. This ain't gonna, when is this? I've never said this ain't gonna happen. I won't go there. But I just like feel like, you know, what the hell am I doing? And there's days like that. And you know what? When there's days like that, and if you can't find the energy to do anything, then take a break from it. Maybe that day, like that day I was getting that energy, download for hours. I stayed in bed like almost like more than half the day getting energy downloads. Okay? And that was my job that day. That was what I needed that day. And sometimes your job might be go to the park or go to the beach or read a good book or just relax. And that's okay. And one thing I know is I can't force myself to work if I'm not there. If I'm not emotionally or mentally there, I can't force it. Plus in my work, you know, people are reading my stuff. I can't really fake being all inspirational when I'm really not. So it's okay, but don't lose sight, okay? Don't lose sight. So that's the first part. Now the other part I want to talk about is how you can open up, like, okay, say it's money. Let's just talk about money. You know, people who have just regular jobs, to me, it's harder for them to have the chance to bring in continuous and unlimited money because they're locked in. They make a certain amount and they make that certain amount. Now, they might get a bonus. They might get something extra. That's cool. I'm not saying that can't happen, because it can. But more than ever, I think it's so smart to be part, if not all, entrepreneur. Now, some people can't do the entrepreneur thing all the way, and that's cool. I mean, they can, but whatever, for whatever reasons. But it's really important to have multiple streams of income. So what I'm suggesting to all of you is have a way for money to come in that is a stream of income that you're passionate about, or, you know, that you know, like Brenda, I know you do, I don't know really what you do, but I know that I think you sell chicken eggs or something. But that's cool. And that's good because that's your business. So you have an avenue like that. But, you know, maybe it's time to put up a website and start doing your healing. You know, I'm just giving examples. So think of something that you can offer, stretch your mind and start considering, and stop playing the game of the ego that, oh, I couldn't do that. Oh, yeah, I'll get around to it and not do it. Like, you know what? Your livelihood is waiting for you. And there are plenty of people out there doing whatever they want to bring in the dollars, okay? And you can do it, but you got to give the universe a pathway, an opening to bring it to you. Okay? You've just got to do it. Now, one saying that keeps coming to my head lately, I've been reading a lot of like all different stuff because I've been really working on my marketing and stuff. But one thing that keeps coming to me to say in this class, I don't know why, is there was something I was reading about the way an average person thinks and the way rich people think. And I've read a couple of those articles. I find them really interesting because a lot of the stuff that they say is just like, wow, that's so true. But one of the things that they said was, because I can't remember them all, but the one that keeps coming to me here is an average person hopes to win the lottery, and a rich person takes action. So a rich person doesn't wait around to hit the lottery or wait around for, you know, some miracle to come in. But the rich person says, I'm going to innovate and I'm going to go make some money. And this sticker right here is different from all my other Post-its. It's actually an apple with a lot of hearts in it. So that's a special sticker. If you read it on my website, I wrote what it says. And it says, complaints are money-making opportunities. And so listen to complaints. Listen to your own complaints. Listen to other people's complaints. Just open your ears. People are always complaining. And when somebody complains, just find a solution and make some money off of it. Now, you know, someone who's like that is, if you guys don't know, Joe Vitale. He is like, he's comical in a way, but he's been around a long time and he's really cool. And he is like, I don't know, he's written like over 50 books. And a lot of his books, I read them. I've read like Spiritual Marketing. I think he's the only one that really put out a book like that. He put that out a long time ago. And I forget the other ones, but I've read probably 3 or 4 of his books. But the thing is with him is his books are very sales pitchy. Like the whole way through, he's like pitching people and their services. And I don't like that. So I don't read his books anymore. But the thing with him is he's such an innovator. He was homeless and he was like, you know, wanting to write and publish his books when he was homeless. And back in those days, there were no computers and you would have to write it, you know, type it up and then send it. And it would take months to hear anything back. And so that was his thing. He was homeless. And anyway, the thing is he got out of homelessness. I don't even know how. And he's like, he writes books left and right. But he said something that was so interesting to me because I have always said this, and I think it's so cool that I finally heard somebody else say it. So, and I'm getting, you know, I get validation too of my messages when that happens. When you feel the urge or the idea or inspiration to create something like, you know what, I really want to write a book about this, or, you know what, I want to put out a deck of cards, or I want to, you know, make a table, or I want to, you know, make greeting cards, or whatever it is. When you feel that inspiration, go for it. Just do it. Like, do it then. Don't, like, say, you know what, okay, I'll get around to it. And then, you know, 2 years later, that you're not going to do that idea because that energy has come and gone, okay? And the energy was of that period of time when the people would have bought it. Okay, that was what was needed for people at that time. And 2 years from now, it's not going to be the same thing. So it'll be, you know, a day late and $1 short, basically. But go for it. And the thing is, you'll be successful at it because God is always sending down ideas. And this is what I've always said. When people say, that person copied me, or that person copied me, and, whatever. You know what? I don't really believe, sometimes people do copy you, yes. And that's happened to me too. But the thing is that I believe that God puts down, an idea, and probably, who knows, he says 12 people. I think probably thousands of people might hear it or not hear it. And, maybe one person or two people or four people will do something about it and do it. So I believe that that message comes down to many people, but not everybody takes action on it. So it's always like the universe is funneling down messages and hoping somebody will pick up that ball and run. Kind of like with light activation. I didn't want to, no way. When I was looking for a new healing modality, I just wanted to go sign up for somebody's class and learn something cool. And when they told me, you're going to channel the modality, I was like, no. Like, seriously, I didn't want to do that. I'm like, why am I doing this? Because this is a star-based modality. Why aren't you having a star person doing it? Like Homer. Homer should be doing this. That's his thing. And they said, because the star people aren't going to organized enough and they're not going to do it. You will. Okay? So it's like that. I know I was totally called to download that modality, even though I didn't really want to do it. But when they told me to do it, I did it. Like, I took action right away. At first I said no, I didn't want to do it. And I, kind of fought up against it. And one night I was channeling, and Saint Germain was like channeling me information. And I didn't know that was the night I was going to start downloading light activation. I was just channeling Saint Germain. And in about an hour into it, it changed. The energy changed. And I said, wait a minute, like, I can't be tricked like that. I knew. I was like, wait a minute, this ain't Saint Germain anymore. Who am I channeling? And then I found out it was the star people. And I said, wait a minute. I'm channeling star people. Is this what am I supposed to be doing this? Is this good? Is this? And they were like, yeah. Like, they just wanted to phase me into it. And man, I just started channeling for weeks after that. Okay? So it came and I just did it. But when you put it off, then just wait for another idea if you're going to put it off. But go with it. So this thing, going back to Joe, so he writes books, and a lot of it is books on healing and inspiration and manifesting and just all kinds of stuff. But he also created some, he was taking some kind of immunity pills, and he's like, oh, this will be good for when I'm flying or whatever. And then he looked at the ingredients and had a bunch of sugar and crap in it, and he's like, what? Why are these people are selling immunity, and they're like poisoning me with this? And so he created an immunity pack that was based from natural products, so that was actually good for you. So this was like totally out of his specialty, but he just got the download and said, okay, I'm going to do it. And he's done other things too. I don't know what else. I'm trying to think. There was a few other things he did that were like just products, like random products that he just did that wasn't his line of work, but he got the idea and he solved it. And he does that. He's like, this to me, a creative genius. He listens to people's complaints and he figures out how to solve them, and he makes money. He just makes money, and he's having fun. He's having a ball, okay? And so we all have the ability to do this. And so to bring in more into your life, start using that creativity that came to you and start taking those, just go for those ideas that come to you, because those are things that are going to open your channels for you, okay? They're going to open up channels, and it's meant for you to do those things. So there's not a shortage of, this is another saying I saw lately. It was like, there's not a shortage of money. There's just a shortage of people there's a shortage of people that can think, I don't know, I don't remember the exact words, but it was like a shortage of people that can think of themselves making a lot of money. So, you know, set a bold goal. It doesn't have to be money. I just brought that one up because people always want money. But I'll tell you one thing. This has certainly expanded me in ways that I have never thought of, and fast. Fast. Really fast. And now what the angels and God are telling me, I say, what can I do? You know, because, you know, I'm not putting pressure on myself. To be honest, if by some chance that I don't make that money goal, it is totally cool with me. There could be a really good chance I'm making that money goal. And that would be so freaking amazing. I'll be like, I'll take all of you to dinner. But the thing is, I'm getting the biggest gift right now. And in a week and a half, I saw a huge shift. That's huge. I mean, to me, that's a gift right there. I'm already in the flow. And I'm asking God, what do I need to do? And I'm hearing, stay in the synergy of the energy. So what does that mean? That means stay doing what I'm doing. Okay? Stay in action. Stay in that flow. Like, yes, you know, I'm doing this bold money goal. Yes, you know, like, and there's those down days, but get back up the next day, you know? Find something to get excited about. If you have to just, you know, find some inspiration somewhere. And that's why I encourage people to write on that blog, like post underneath it, because then people can help each other through those trying days or celebrate successes and get you more excited, because the more people participate together, it actually raises everybody's energy up, just like being in these webinars. So that's why I was really hoping people would start participating in that, and it would just be helpful not to do it on your own, you know, but stay in the synergy, stay in that flow, stay in that process, stay in that action, keep your ears open, get excited about what are some new ways I could, you know, open that flow? What are some new ways I can bring that to me? Like, I didn't think of that. So what I'd like to do is just take, because it's already getting late, but I want to just take a minute to like brainstorm everybody here real quick. Like, it's not going to be like a long session or anything, but just to get you on your way. And I don't know what will come out of it, but I'd like everybody to participate in it. So if you will just type whatever you're getting, like, don't worry. Like, you just, whatever you're hearing, just type it. Don't be afraid of being wrong or weird or sounding crazy, because it may be the one thing that really helps the person. And I believe you guys are all tapped in and all connected. So, you know, just if something comes to your head, just say it. So I want to go on the list, and Brenda, you're the first one on the list. So what I want to do is just kind of brainstorm something with you. So if you want to put on, everybody get ready for yourself. If you want to type something that, you know, you would like to see open up for you, like, you know, ideas on how to expand in some area of your life, go ahead and type that in, and we'll get started with you, and everybody else type in, and then we'll do whoever came on first. So, and Karen and Linda, no, Karen and Liz, and Karen, Liz, and Star are not on here. So what I'm going to suggest is that they show up next time, and we'll do them. And if they can't show up, to send me a note, and we'll do it. So okay, yeah, Linda, I meant Liz. I'm sorry, I thought there was a bug in my hair. I was like, what is that in my hair? It could have been, because I don't know where it went. So nobody's typing anything except Homer. So I don't know. I guess that's not a good idea. So Homer said, okay, so I'm going to do Homer first because he did his first. Getting to know our fellow light beings in the universe. So how could you open more channels to doing that? So if anybody's getting anything on how Homer can open more channels to knowing fellow beings in the universe, please say it. And Homer, I want you to write these things down. And take it seriously, everybody. Take this stuff seriously. So the first thing I'm getting for you, Homer, is to get out in nature more and to get out of your head more. You're too much in your head, and you are, they're saying that you're cluttering up the space with just, actually they're saying low thoughts. That you're cluttering up the space with low thoughts and, I don't know, I'm just going to tell you what I'm hearing. They're saying and terrible thinking. So I don't know what's going on, but, you know what? They're just saying, like, don't care about other things. Like, don't care about other people and other situations. You've got to care about yourself first and get, they said, and get rocking with it. So, that's that. And you'll probably have to listen to the recording then. Then, and Valita says to write about it. And you know what? That's so cool, Valita, what you said. Write about it. Because when you write about things, it totally opens up new avenues. So that is a really good idea. And in your case, Homer, probably drawing would do the same thing. But writing could direct it a little bit more. So, okay, Brenda, expansion. What kind of expansion? So I guess this is not a good idea because I'm not getting very fast interaction from anybody. With the higher, I guess you mean by the higher beings, I don't know. I like what Linda said about to Homer. If you take action, a lot of anxiety disappears. That's a really great thing to say. Okay, so Brenda, take being with higher, connecting, expanding to higher realms. I guess that's what you're meaning. What I'm hearing for you is get out of your way. And they're actually showing me you doing healings as a way of really connecting in with the right beings, the higher beings. Because I'm seeing a lot of higher, lower beings around your area, and you really want to connect in with the ones that you're going to, that are going to help you and help you thrive. So through your healing, that you will connect in a lot easier and stronger when you do that. And they're telling me that you'll expand in huge ways if you do more of that. Okay, Linda, Ramin. I guess I'm just going to go ahead and say what I'm getting for whatever guidance I'm getting for Liz and them, because it'll just be easier while you guys are deciding if you're going to type something. Liz, what I'm getting for you is just guidance for you to, doing more business. I'm actually seeing another stream of, actually I'm seeing multiple streams of income. So what I'm hearing is put some thought to some other streams of income that you could create. Just get creative with it. Think out of the box. Start thinking about things that interest you and that might be fun. Like it doesn't have to be work. It seemed like work related based, but rather just like something that would be fun for you to do. But I'm seeing at least 3 other incomes coming in. So I guess it's to expand more. And Linda is selling how to sell more mosaics. And what I'm hearing for you, Linda, is by making more. Because when you make more, you're in that flow, and you're in that creative flow, and it feels good, and you're happy, and you're loving what you're doing. So by creating more, you're actually lifting all of it into a higher level because you're holding the higher energy for it. So making more, and again, they're showing me for you to, just visit some of these specialty stores or boutiques. I'm actually seeing smaller stores that would carry your things on consignment. Yeah, and they're saying there's other levels. I don't know if you know about Etsy. I think that's what it's called, ETSY. And a lot of artists sell their stuff like that online as well. And so maybe just opening an account where you can put things up on the internet so people can see them. And they're saying, yeah, there's other levels of ways to sell it other than just brick and mortar. So consider doing some internet stuff. That's pretty easy to do. Okay, I'm not seeing anything from Ramin or Valida. Okay, Ramin, sell my consulting. So they're showing me that that's a much bigger source of possible income for you. They're showing me some white papers like, oh, you do have an Etsy site. Okay, that's good you have that, because that's what they're saying is to focus on that. So put some more energy into that. Maybe what you need to do is start visiting some blogs and getting involved in some forums to just, talk to people and get friendly with people and, oh, by the way, I do this stuff. It's a good way of doing it. Like even on Facebook, there's people that, will sell crystal jewelry and stuff, and it'll just pop up on the feed randomly, and sometimes I'm like, you know what, I need that, I'm gonna buy that. I've bought lots of stuff. It's like home shopping network to me, Facebook. I've bought a lot of crystal jewelry on there. So just posting things in places like that, you have a huge audience that you just never know. People see things and bam, you start selling stuff. So get onto some of these forums and start putting your stuff out there online. Mosaic shows. Yeah, I think she does some kind of those art festivals. Okay, Ramin. So I'm seeing this huge opening for consulting. And, what I'm getting is, what I was getting was white papers. Like, start writing up proposals, like get out there, start putting yourself out there. There's things you can do. Start, creating a portfolio for yourself. Put something professional together that you can start sending people. And this is something you can do whether you're working or not, is send these types of things off. What I'm hearing is sometimes you just got to go after your dream job. Sometimes you just got to go for it and tell people what you have and how you could help them. And I find that's true, actually, coming from a pretty strong consulting background myself. I know that one thing as a consultant is you need to tell people what they need. And a lot of times they think they know what they need, but they don't really know. And you're really good at doing that anyway. So I keep seeing these white papers, like putting together a portfolio, putting together, just gathering it all up, making it look really nice, and start proposing yourself to companies. Okay? And it could even be companies that are hiring people. You can go in and say, hey, I'm a consultant and I wonder if you would have any use for this. They don't have to know that you saw the job or whatever. So I'm getting very strong encouragement for you to do that. I'm feeling a little hesitancy in you actually taking those steps, but I hope that you will do it because that's what you need to do. And when you do that, other things will open up. What you're doing when you do that process, you're actually doing two things. You're creating that avenue for yourself and what you need anyway. And number two, you're opening up the possibility for people to come to you and hire you for that. So you're making it real by doing that process. Okay. Belita, I don't see you putting anything. Oh, I have multiple ideas. Which one should I focus on? And you know what? I heard all of them. So I suggest that this process is perfect for you. Put your topics and start laying it out. And when you start laying it out, see which one's calling you first. It's not about which one is right for me first. It's which one feels right to you first. Okay, so it doesn't have to be in any order. Just start laying it out and getting all the ideas out and onto your wall if possible. And then from there, you're going to be drawn into which ones you need to start with first. So yeah, they're like, start with all of them. Stick them all up there, get your color coding going, and then decide from there. You can be doing one or two at a time. And also remember the calendar thing. The calendar, very important for writing in when you're going to do what, because that keeps you honest. It keeps you moving. It keeps you actually doing it. Like I said, because I don't have my calendar, I kind of stopped a little bit. And I'm going to put a calendar up there so I can start just honing in and, being credible with myself. Okay, so I did Liz. Let's do Karen. Karen, I'm hearing multiple streams of income for you. And I'm seeing it in a way of, again, not for you for like business, but something that would be interesting for you as a hobby that could make money. So something fun, because you need something fun in your life. So start thinking, like, what do you like to do? I don't know. I see photography. I'm seeing, I don't know why, pictures. So maybe it's creating something with pictures and going for it. But don't make it seem like it has to be like a certain job. It's a hobby that can bring in a flow of money. So I don't know exactly, but I'm seeing photos for you. And Star, let's see what I'm seeing for you. You know what? I'm seeing swirls of colors. So I'm feeling like it has to do with bringing a lot of color into your life, and that color is actually very healing for you, and manifesting with color is going to be really, really helpful for you. I'm seeing a lot of even like green with gold. I'm seeing a lot of sparkly gold. Like, make your colors rich and bold and sparkly, and think about what you are creating into your life as you're using those colors. So when you do that, you're strengthening those streams and opening up the energy so you can allow that to come in. And I am seeing a side business with art. And I know you're going to an art class, but I am seeing that that would be something that would bring in more money for you. Art and goddess. I don't know if that's separate or together. So that's that. Are there any questions on any of this? Any of these things we're talking about? Yes, like cha-ching. Any questions anybody has? And, really, you've got to have the flow. You've got to feel that flow. This can't feel like a job. It can't feel like it's a like a responsibility. It's got to feel like I'm doing something that's really going to help. You know what really, really works is when you're doing something to really help people. When you help other people get what they want, then you get what you want. That's just the way it goes. So always keep other people in mind. Like, why are you doing this? To help people with this, to help people with that, because I know what I'm going through. I wish that I could, find a way to do this. So let me figure out a way for everybody. So, you know, the more you help other people and give a helping hand, the more things the universe gives you a helping hand. That's just the way it is. Would you know which one would be more lucrative? So, okay, so that's like, you know, kind of like your example, Valita, is like my example. Like listening to my story. Like which one? It's a toss up, you know? It's, to me, what I'm hearing for you is not about which one is more lucrative, which one sings to you loudest, because that is going to be the one that is going to work out the best for you. Evernote. I think that's like Post-it things, right? Oh, okay. Well, that's really cool, but I need to see it. If it's on my computer, it's too easy for me to ignore it. Because I have a Google Calendar on my computer, but when's the last time I looked at it? It was last week. But if that works for you, okay, hopefully it's working now. Yeah, I mean, the link that Ramin gave you is something like this that you can do on your computer and have it everywhere. So that's really cool if you're moving around and you need access to it. I agree. For me, I'm planted here pretty much. And if I'm not, I will take the bits that I need. But this is working for me because it's just right there in my mind, in my view. Very clear and very laid out that I visit it every day because it's right there. But do what works for you. And there's so many cool tools on the internet that you can do. Thanks for pointing that one out, actually, Ramin, because I'm going to check that out. Also, you know, like Google Docs and stuff like that, you can do that and other people can access it and you can access it everywhere too. I need to get out of my binders and out of my computer and put it on the wall, so I'll actually do it. Okay, so, but I want to remember that because in my newsletters, I'm always giving a cool business tip. And I'm going to put that under my blog because I like to tell people cool business tips. And see, because now I'm writing it on my Post-it, I won't forget it. I was about to write it on here because tonight I'm so good at creating these papers. If you saw how many stacks I have, it's amazing. But now I will know when I do my blog post, this is going on. So this goes here. And I can cross off the bold money goal because I did it. So you see what I'm talking? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? That's what I want to know. Oh, cool. iPad, iPhone, and Droid. Thank you very much. Okay, so there you go. You never know when you're going to get some cool piece of information and you can slap your multicolor Post-it right up there. So, that's cool. I like that. Okay, so we need to do a meditation to sink all this in. Was this helpful for you? I hope it was. Let's see. It's just awesome. I'm telling you, if I'm manifesting at these huge rates, it works. It really works. So let us close our eyes and take off your glasses if you're wearing glasses. And I will move my workshop from out of view. So let's just close our eyes and take some nice deep breaths. nice deep breaths all the way down to the bottom of your abdomen. And let's clear your mind. I know I see everybody's minds are just jumping. I got you all thinking, which normally that's not where I bring you. That's not where I take you. But this is good. But I want you to start with a clean slate. And I'm just going to, let's just bring in some God energy to come down, some beautiful white light, liquid white light, and infuse into every area of our brains, clearing it out. We're going to reset. Clear out all the nooks and crannies, liquid white light into our brains, into our bones and our inside of our head, into all areas of our face and our head. Down into your neck bone, your neck, and down through your spine, through your neurons, and into every cell of your body, liquid white light. And let's use that liquid white light to ground us from our feet to the core of the earth. Taking some nice deep breaths. Let's bring that liquid white light down into our hearts and feel it cleaning our physical heart, and then pulsing with our heart. And with every pulse, feel that liquid white light pulsing through your blood, through your body, cleaning your blood, cleaning every part of your body as it pumps that beautiful liquid white light through your bloodstream into all of your organs, into all of your muscles, into all of your tissues, into all of your bones, your skin, your eyes, into all of your physical body, into all of your cells, and then let it pulse out into your outer bodies. Just feel that liquid white light pulsing into your emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies, clearing everything. And feel golden white, sparkly light coming down now, upgrading your energy. And let's have the seraphim angels come and lift us up into the light. Let them lift you up, going up that shaft of liquid white light and golden white sparkly light, going out into the universe with those beautiful seraphim angels. Keep breathing it in, keep feeling it pulsing. And up ahead, you're going to go into your new God flow, whatever you named it. Go into it with those seraphim angels and let them take you up that flow straight up into creator energy. And just sit up there right in creator energy. Just feel yourself sitting right up there in that amazing new flow that actually was expanded and upgraded tonight. And let's go ahead. I'm sure you had time to think about it. What would you like to set for yourself? A bold goal, a bold 60-day goal. Or if you want to, whatever you want to do. If you want to do a 5-day, it's up to you. I recommend 60 because it gives you time to expand and grow with it. And let's ask for the motivation, the inspiration, and the creativity to expand and think of the possibilities beyond anything that we've ever even considered before or comprehended possible. And let's ask these seraphim angels to constantly align us with that flow of energy that contains that bold goal. And if that means upgrading your flow that you're in, you're open to that. And just keeping us action-oriented. And when we have a pitfall, that we have it and we lift back up again. But that we are more than ever on target for our bold goal. And we know without a doubt that we have what it takes to do it. So let's just sit there and let's breathe in and ask for the alignment of the energies of our bold goal. So just breathe and allow the energies of your bold goal to align with you, and let yourself be taken to a new flow if that's where you need to go. Let's just take a minute to align with those energies. Breathe in those energies. Just think about being at that outcome of that goal and how it expanded you so much bigger, how it opened you up to the possibilities of reaching amazing, amazing goal that you had never even thought of in the past, and that being said, opening you up to even higher, more amazing goals. We've hit it. We are really in the flow of this stuff. And it's only up and up from here. And let's ask for any new guides or ascended masters or angels that are aligning us with this new part of us, our bold goals, to make themselves present now and always, giving us all feedback and direction and encouragement and miracles to help us along the way. And we're ready. And I'm going to just leave us in this space because we want to, this is where we want to be. This is where our mindset is being tweaked. This is where we want to be creative. This is where we want to be when we are thinking of possibilities. This is the space that you want to be when you're putting your Post-it notes up. This is where you want to be when you're creating. This is the space you want to go to when you are doing anything that has to do with your bold goal. And this is where you want to hang out. Consciously hang out. Because this is where you're going to be able to do it and match it. And this is where you will attract it. Take a nice deep breath, staying in this space. Let's just expand this space out through our whole house, apartment, wherever we're living. So it's just part of the normal flow for us. And continue to allow that flow to renew and strengthen every day. You want to make sure that you are nurturing it and filling it. And take a nice deep breath. And come back. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling the vibes. I was feeling them before we went into meditation, but now they're chill. We needed that clearing. Our heads were just expanding and full. So remember to keep putting things out of your mind and onto your wall or onto your computer, however you're going to do it. Keep emptying your head and allowing the space for you to be in that flow. Okay, so it might take longer for me to get the recording to you since I had to do it off the webinar. But I will start working on that tonight, and hopefully it won't take long. I don't know. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much. It was really great. And remember to print out those in spaces between this. This tool will be really helpful for all of you. This is not just some foo-foo thing. This is a really good tool. This will help you every day. Even when you're down, this is going to help you. And when you're up, it's going to help you be more up. So use it and get your calendar. Or get your process down. Your first step is, what is your process going to be? Whether it's the one I'm showing you or one that you want that works for you. And I'm really excited. I hope that you guys will, I encourage you, post on that blog post if you want to say, hey, I started my process, if you want to share what your goal is, or if you're having a day that you're needing some uplifting, join that blog. Let's get that cooking, because that's a great tool as well. And I will support you there. So my website, and then just go to the blog tab. All right. Have fun. Your brain will be on crack, just like mine, but it'll be on track. All right, everybody, take care. Have a good one, and I will see you in a couple weeks. All right, see ya.